of people can contribute to the application's development, not only those with the formal training. So without a further ado, let me hand over the presentation to Mr. Alex. Here you go.
Thank you, Sasha, and sorry for the technical difficulties. Third time's the charm. So let me try sharing my screen one more time, and we're gonna jump into how exactly low code helps transform businesses for the new world. Now, the agenda of my part of the webinar today will be going through some company introductions, introduce those changes in the business priorities that have been identified, how digitalization during the crisis is happening, what are the key drivers of business transformation, and how to future-proof your business, and what does really Creatio offer from the low-code CRM platform on its own. And we're going to have a quick Q&A in the end. So just to introduce you to Creatio, Creatio is a global vendor of low-code application platform for BPM and CRM. We have 5 offices around the globe with more than 650 employees, more than a half of which are actually dedicated in the research and development, which is an outstanding number for the company of our size. We have more than 700 partners globally that helped us reach out into more than 110 countries. And we have been recognized by key industry analysts. We are included into 5 Gartner Magic Quadrants and 7 Forrester Waves for the outstanding capability of our platform and our product suite. And of course, our main goal is to help the world accelerate. We have always known that the world is changing, and I believe that right now the world is changing even faster with the current pandemic situation. So before we jump into the low-code technologies, let's actually look at how the businesses were standing before the pandemic, where they are right now, and what are the predictions for the future. First of all, we know that the world spending on digital transformation is expected to increase by 10.4% in 2020 to 1.3 trillion US dollars, despite the challenges that have been risen by the pandemic. And of course, the companies that respond to the digitalization assertively and across multiple dimensions can increase their revenues by an average of 11.2%, and 26% of and the companies that understand the digital transformation in general and the benefits that it will bring to the table of the organization can actually earn around 26% more profit than other organizations that are still not ready to fully digitize themselves. And those organizations with high digital maturity have reported a higher net revenue growth across their business by 300%. So it is not a question whether the digital strategy should be as part of the strategy of the organization development. This is a must as we see it. And of course, we see that a lot of our prospects, a lot of our customers are looking, have started the process of digital transformation many years ago, or are now actively trying to catch up with other organizations that have already started this journey. But there are also certain key observations of this digitalization process that have been made during the crisis throughout the start, the end of the last year, early start of this year. Around 92% of companies thought their business models would need to change given digitalization before COVID-19. And I'm pretty sure that right now this percentage has risen to almost 100, if not 100 for sure. Digital interaction with the customers is actually now 2 times more important than traditional channels of communication used previously. And this is around a 30% jump in those numbers compared to the numbers before the COVID-19 crisis hit. And of course, 79% of organizations, so almost more than three quarters of organizations that have pursued digitalization as part of their strategy are still in the early stage of their technological transformation, despite current obstacles, right? And of course, this means that there are certain challenges that all of those organizations are meeting, and we're going to be talking about those challenges. And of course, if last couple of numbers to mention how the technology can drive the business transformation during the COVID-19 outbreak, because we're still within the crisis, and we know that the crisis will carry on for some time in the future. So first of all, again, almost 3/4 of organizations were able to start working remotely in less than 3 days, right? But only 56% of directors at enterprise businesses said that lockdown has been their most innovative time at the company, because they had to come up with certain new ways of engaging their customers, engaging their employees, and making sure that that their organization continues operating seamlessly. And of course, an enormous amount of $15 billion have been spent extra a week on technology in order to ensure a safe and secure home working environment during the pandemic. So out of all of these numbers, out of all of these observations, there's a quick question that we have asked ourselves, and whether the low-code technology can address these challenges. Can low-code technologies actually help the organizations overcome these challenges across different metrics, across different perspectives? In order to answer this question, we first of all need to understand what are the current challenges that help the organizations digitize to actually implement their digital transformation strategies quickly. So first of all, those are the disjoint technologies and app proliferation. For example, an average number of apps deployed in large organizations has increased by 68% over the last 4 years. And you can imagine how many applications that is, how that affects the overall user performance and efficiency. Only 10% of IT is allocated to generating new business value across all of the organizations, which means that there's a huge disconnect between IT and the business teams and the business users. They are not part of the process. They do not have the visibility over the business strategy of those organizations. 82% of business respondents indicated that harmonizing business processes is of high importance, which means that there is really a lack of alignment, and a lot of those processes are broken, are outdated, and are not efficient. And this is actually something that a lot of our customers and a lot of prospects have actually identified as one of the key challenges in the beginning of the pandemic when the lockdown started. And of course, it takes companies an average of 55 days to fill a tech role in 2016. And this number has actually jumped to 66 days in 2019. So the IT resources and the technical resources are very understaffed. It is very difficult to hire more technical specialists into the organizations to continue the development and to continue supporting the digital transformation. So if you think about the digital transformation, usually there are two ways that an organization can choose pursuing. One of them is going with out-of-the-box enterprise software, and the other one is actually choosing a local platform to start building their applications. And of course, there are pros and cons to both of them, but we focus on defining what would be the extra value that would a local platform actually bring to the table. First of all, we talk about the app delivery. Of course, out-of-the-box enterprise software is ready to use. There are some available functionality, but anytime that you need to start building on top of it, very often this is more manual coding and development rather than a quick drag and drop interface for making the changes to the application. The overall process for out-of-the-box enterprise software development is very lengthy. It is very complex. Whilst with low-code application platforms, we're talking about visual tools, we're talking about quick style of configuration, WYSIWYG, point-and-click style of building the application and business logic. The enterprise software is also very lacking of configuration capabilities, and those applications are very often purpose-built to a very tailored, very narrow use case for user operations. The out-of-the-box software, of course, is expensive to support. It requires additional development 90% of the time. And the integrations that need to be established between the out-of-the-box enterprise softwares are very time-consuming and expensive because they require a lot of manual development. And even when you have built your application or you have developed your out-of-the-box enterprise software, you actually still need to go through very complex and lengthy processes of making the deployments available across your different environments, right? So overall, even though out-of-the-box software does give you a lot of benefit in terms of having ready to use application, having some industry level functionality, there are still limitations that are going to be holding back the organization in the beginning and in the future. Where if we're talking about local platform in general, as opposed to those limitations, we do say that they are highly configurable, they can support various processes, and they can have implemented different industry use cases as available pre-built components or something that can be easily put together. Definitely those low-code application platforms, thanks to their configuration capability, are very easy and quick to update and extend. The process of building integrations is very often transferred to a less technical resource, to a citizen developer, to a business analyst. And of course, the process of deploying those applications is very often a one-step process with a very simple visual user interface and GUI. So what are the overall comparison? What are the values that help that we can identify between out-of-the-box and local platforms? Well, first of all, time to market. It is definitely not a secret that the local platform can help take immediate actions to address new requirements, because those applications are usually being built by business users in combination with IT resources, which help them form a perfect match, a perfect team of the users who are actually working on development and on the design of those applications. Lower operational expenses and total cost of ownership, because you don't need more IT resources on the local platform. You can start building those applications with minimum IT support through only trainings and additional adoption of those business analysts and citizen developers of the platform. And of course, the customer satisfaction and the user satisfaction is more easy to achieve, because the flexibility of those platforms and the speed of adoption and configuration, making changes with the local platform, help to overcome any kind of negative feeling to the tool, because it can be easily reconfigured with a blink of an eye. And those observations that we have identified, of course, have been backed up. And this is something that the key industry analysts are speaking to as well. For example, Gartner has a prediction that by 2024, around 70% of the application development will be actually made through low-code application platforms, which means that the world is going to be moving to the low-code application platforms, regardless of what are the numbers right now. And the thing is that currently, only 7.5% of the application developers are citizen developers and are those developers that are using low-code application tools. So there's definitely a massive runway for vendors offering local deployment development solutions, and that will continue to make mindshare away from custom development shops. So overall, what are the applications that can be created with the help of local platforms? First of all, customer engagement applications, chatbots and portals, any kind of way of helping the customers be more closely to the user of the low-code application platform. We definitely talk about the applications with a very simple, rich, and intuitive user interface, data model, and business logic. AI-based solution. AI and machine learning should be part of the low-code environment for a vendor. This is definitely something that a business analyst should be able to configure and reconfigure at all times, at any moment, and be able to provide insights into the application execution. Of course, we're talking about the ability of configuring business processes. BPM has been in general a very popular topic across different vendors over the years. This is a foundational piece of any level of automation. And of course, this is now also a huge part of any low-code application platform. And of course, we're talking about the overall capability of make the operations and make the operational efficiencies in the application. And if we think about the areas of applying those applications that we've just mentioned, where actually can you apply them, and what are the business units that can start using the low-code application platforms and use cases that have been built on top of those? Now, of course, we talk about project management, task and time management, the processes for communication, collaboration, knowledge management, inventory management. And overall, if we think about different business units, this is covering any business unit, starting with marketing, sales, and service departments and teams, the administration, HR, internal services and support, research and development, engineering, procurement, finance, legal, and many others. So we believe that any department, any use case can be covered with a low-code application platform. It can be automated. It can actually be efficientized, and it can actually be more easier to follow and allow the end users to be more efficient and proficient with them. So how would you what would bring to the table a low-code application to a company? Or what would be the efficiencies of a low-code company in general? Well, first of all, they would introduce the idea of everyone being a developer, where they can identify key business users within their business units that know the business side of the app, of the team, of the department, but also that might have a good technical background that will help them to bring together those applications in place. The applications will be rolling out in days, in not months, and changes to those applications that are being built can be as well quickly changed and can be adjusted. All of the processes across different teams, across different departments and units can be as well orchestrated. They can be improved, and they can be more seamless for all of the participants of very lengthy and complex business processes. And of course, all of the technologies can be consolidated, they'd be connected, the data streams and data flows across different applications can be simplified, and they can be more flexible to use and reuse at all times across those processes. So what does Creatio actually focus on as a local platform is the business process management and CRM. The way that we think about it is our vision is to create a world where everyone can automate any business idea in minutes. And this is our motto. This is something that we are pursuing for many years right now. The way that we are trying to achieve this vision and the way that we're trying to get to that future is a unique combination of three key pillars of Creatio. First of all, being our business process management engine. Second, our local platform, and our ready-to-use unified CRM that has been built on this platform and these two pillars. Overall, if you think about our products in our platform in general, the underlying basis for any of our products is our Studio Creatio, is our low-code application platform, where the sales, marketing, and service products have been built on top of those, which means that they automatically inherit all of the configuration capability and all of the flexibilities, all of the advantages and benefits of the low-code application platform in general, which means that when deployed together, the organization receives a very powerful tool to automate and to scale their Salesforce automation processes, their service automation processes, and their marketing efforts, and still have the ability to bring them forward at all times. And of course, our sales, marketing, service application studio platform have been recognized by Gartner and Forrester. We are in the leader quadrants across those, which means that all of our customers have as well confirmed the capability and ability of Creatio to deliver the ready-to-use functionality and being able to extend it. But also on top of our studio platform, we are also offering our Creatio marketplace, a marketplace of ready-to-use business process templates, application templates, industry and vertical solutions, and as well extensions to sales, marketing, service products, which means that anytime that a customer of Creatio needs to introduce a new business process or a new application, they can easily install a template from the marketplace in a plug and play mode and actually start using it in minutes, or be able to configure it as well with the same configuration capability, because our belief is that anything that has been built on Creatio should be able to be extended, which means that there are no limitations to the amount of configuration and tailoring of those applications and products to the exact needs of our customers. So what are the possible outcomes that our customers experience and our prospects experience as well? First of all, the ability to deliver innovations and changes almost 10 times faster and revolutionize time to market. To be able to level up efficiency and productivity of their staff and deliver operational excellence across different teams and different departments. And of course, connect with customers, partners, and employees in a whole new way and boost their experience, boost their user adoption, and improve their overall satisfaction with the tools that they're using. Since we all know that if a user is not happy with the tool that he's using, he's never going to be using it, and this will not be affecting him in the good way. Now, at this point, let me just pause real quick for a Q&A, and maybe we see any questions available in the chat area. So a question from Mark Wallace, how secure is a local platform? Can we rely on it for building complex applications? Yes, usually the low-code application platform, well, especially Creatio, are going through very sophisticated processes of security evaluations. They are being evaluated by third-party organizations, and definitely security is a very high priority for any enterprise-level low-code application platform. Question from Happy Harris, what is the difference between no-code and low-code development? Low-code application platforms usually follow a more flexibility in terms of the configuration and building from scratch, whilst the no-code approach is as well providing a lot of templated functionality, a lot of templated user interfaces and forms that can be reused across the application that is being built, or, for example, a suggested design style. How can we ensure the platform we choose follows the best architectural practices? From Marcin O'Neill. Well, definitely this is something that you need to be evaluating together with some additional industry expertise. I would say that a great way is working with a partner that has a lot of experience in low-code application platforms and no-code application platforms. Definitely you can read additional reports and reviews through industry analysts like Gartner and Forrester that focus and that aggregate a lot of knowledge in regards of those platforms. And a few more questions before we close this part of the webinar. What does the future hold for the low-code application development? Well, definitely, I would say that this is the through increasing of those use cases and functionality that is going to be able to be built together by a citizen developer, so not a traditional developer, by a business analyst, by a even business user, to simplify the way that those applications being built, to simplify the way that the integrations are being built, and how AI can actually support this overall process of building the apps, rolling them out, and then collect and analyze the data from the users, from the usage of the application. Okay, so I believe that at this point, we're going to close up the Q&A session. We will be answering some of those questions additionally through an email. But I just wanted to announce that Creatio is going to be hosting a one-of-a-kind online event of our own on the 28th of October, Accelerate Global. This is going to be a 24-hour nonstop event that is going to start from Australia and then is going to roll down to the evening in United States. We're going to have more than 200 sessions being hosted in 7 different languages. We're going to be talking about the future of the low code, the product roadmap of Creatio, customer and partner use cases. And we definitely would like to invite all of the participants of today's session to join us on the live stream conference on 28th of October. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And I think you provided us with a lot of precious insights about the industry. And yes, they can contact you on LinkedIn if they want to ask any of the questions. And I think we can wrap up this session. And if you're not getting it, are we getting any questions? No, we're not getting any more questions. So I think we can wrap up this session now then.
Thank you, Sasha, and sorry for the technical issues in the very beginning.
Oh, no, don't we. That's properly fine, Alex.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Same to you. Bye.